Hi everyone, Steve Carmichael here from Membership Site Maniac, and in this module we are going to cover installing WordPress. Now this module is part of an overall series on how to build a fully functional membership website in 2 hours or less, where I show you how to take a concept for a membership site through full implementation and building out your first membership area in 2 hours or less. And so this is a complete tutorial that you can find out on membershipsitemaniac.com under the tutorials tab in the main menu of the website. So before we get started, the basic idea that we're going to do is we're going to install WordPress using HostGator's one-click install cPanel thing, and we're going to show you that in the next step. So the first thing we're going to do is, if you notice on my browser, I'm at marathontrainingclinic.com, and that is the site where I'm going to install the WordPress software as well as the membership site that I'm using for this tutorial series. So the first thing you can do is you can tell that there's nothing here and the page is ugly. Your page may be slightly different depending on your account setup. I use a virtual private server, so I don't have a nice pre-built web page that says coming soon or anything like that that you may have with a hosting or shared hosting account. So the first step is we want to log into cPanel, and to do that we use your domain name, marathontrainingclinic.com in my example, but it would be whatever domain you have, and then you just do /cPanel and hit enter. And at this point you may get a pop-up saying, something along the line of a security exception. You can ignore that because this is your website. This is just the browser telling you that you're going to a secure site that's got HTTPS, which means it's using encryption, and you didn't have a certificate set up. But we know this site is okay because it's our site, so you can ignore that if you have that prompt. You may not have that prompt. But anyways, once you get to the cPanel, you're going to log in using the username and password that was created for you when you signed up for your hosting account. So I'm going to enter my username and password, and then I'm going to hit login. Now, once you log in, it'll take you to a cPanel page. Now, your page should be very, very similar to this one, or slightly varying depending on the version of cPanel that's installed. In my particular case, I use a virtual private server, and I may have a few more options than you may have because I manage multiple websites on my server. And so it's a little bit slightly different than a shared hosting account where you're only hosting one server. So the thing you want to look for is on this home page you'll see an area for setting up your email accounts, but the area we want to do is we want to go down to software and services, and we want to look for this quick install button. And the quick install button is how we're going to install WordPress. So click on quick install, and that takes you to a page where you can see the various types of software that you can install that is pre-configured. We're going to go to WordPress, and we're going to click on WordPress, and then once we get to the next screen here, we're going to go ahead and hit continue. We're going to click continue, and then here's where we enter our settings of where we want WordPress installed, as well as our blog title, name, and email. Now I'm going to install WordPress on the root domain, which means I want WordPress to be my home page, and I highly encourage you to do that because it makes life a lot easier than installing it, say, in a subdomain location. So in this particular case, what is included up here in this top part is perfect for me. I'm going to enter my email address, and then I'm going to give it a blog title. So in this particular case, this can be anything. You can change it later, but I'm going to just give it my site name, Marathon Training Clinic, and go ahead and put my name here. And that's it. You just click install, and in a couple seconds it'll be installed, and it'll say congratulations. Now this is very important. You'll get an email with this information, but in order to skip right ahead to the next section, I'm going to copy my email, or I'm sorry, I'm going to copy my password, and I'm going to note that my username is admin, and I need that to log into WordPress itself. But before I do that, I want to pull up the website itself and show you what the public page looks like. So the public page, once Marathon Training Clinic is installed, will look something very similar to this. This is the default theme that is created. Now we're not going to stick with that theme, and we're going to make our page look a lot nicer as we go through the tutorial series. But this just shows you it's a lot better than that ugly screen you had before. Now to get to our WordPress back end and to be able to log into WordPress to make changes, it's your URL and then it's /wp-admin, just like I have shown here. And so marathonclinic.com /wp-admin, just replacing my domain name with yours. You'll hit enter and you'll come to another login screen, and this is where you're going to enter our username and password that was set up during the WordPress install. So in my particular case, I copied that and I hit log on, and that takes you to the dashboard in the back end. And in the next section, I am going to talk about some of the basic configurations we want to set prior to installing the WordPress theme and membership site software that we're going to use for the rest of the tutorial. So check out the next tutorial, get caught up to this point, and we'll see you in a few minutes.